What are you talking about?
I think we look a little too orange. I don't know.
We don't.
We don't look orange? Okay.
No, we don't.
Well, let's let the people in the comments tell us. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Bad Guitarist podcast. This is episode 22. My name is Andrew.
And my name is Kat.
And like I said, episode 22. We're arguing over which number it is. I think it's 22.
I don't know.
This is the first episode. Let me reach over for that mouse.
Always.
So for those of us, those of you, those of everybody tuning in, whether you're listening to the audio version or the video version, this is going to be the new format that we're trying out.
We're going to try it out and see how it goes.
So usually we go for an hour and a half. Last time we doing that NAMM episode, we went for almost 2 full hours just trying to cover all the stuff from NAMM.
That's too long.
So we're going to try this week at least and see how it goes. We're going to record 2 episodes back to back right now. They're going to be shorter episodes though. So maybe like 35, 40 minutes, 45, whatever at most.
40 minutes? No. What I was
if it's an hour and a half, we're splitting it in half.
What I was thinking was, let's make it as long as it will take to take a shit. So people can watch it with their pooping.
It depends on who's taking the shit. It depends on who's the person pooping.
And then, that's it. They watch the episode.
I mean, is it like the amount of time it takes a dog to take a shit? Or is it like if it's my dad taking a shit?
No, it's like the amount of time it takes you. Like 20 minutes.
Okay. That's way too short. That's way too short. 20 minutes?
Why?
We got to go for at least 30.
Oh my God.
Wait, we're taking 5 minutes just doing this intro.
Okay, keep going. So, I'm not going to make it longer than 40. I'm not going to make that to people.
No, I think 40 is good because like if we usually do an hour and a half, we're splitting that in half, 40 to maximum 45.
Oh God, no. Maximum to 45. Whatever, keep going.
Okay.
Let's start.
So, like I said, new format. So we're going to split up some of these releases we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
And, it's the week after NAMM. There's not a whole lot of new stuff coming out
we did
this
talk
week.
We talked a lot about releases last week.
But the big topic from last week that people are still talking about.
Jesus Christ.
Our
highest
performing video we've had on this YouTube channel. We've been doing
That's true.
I think as of today, like 6 months we've been doing this since it's February 1st, day that we're recording this. Our top performing video from this past week.
I know. That's insane.
It wasn't even the full episode. I took a 10-minute clip from the episode of us talking about that new Fender Standard series, the Indonesian-made Standard series. And there's been mixed opinions online. And our whole take on it was like, well, let's not draw conclusions on if these are going to be good or bad.
Yeah.
If these really are just like the main argument that people were having is that it's just Squire with Fender on the headstock. And they were all comparing it to the specs of an Affinity series, which it's not. It's got poplar body, which is kind of Affinity style, but like the necks are different. Some of the specs are different with like the radius of the neck, the materials used, all that. We're not going to go all into that again because we already talked about it.
Yeah.
But that's the biggest argument. It was like, oh, it's just Squire with Fender on the headstock. Now, at the time that we recorded this last week and posted it, there were maybe only 1 or 2 other people had posted anything about it.
Yeah.
Big Jake Music channel on YouTube. He did his big rant. He's a big Fender fan. He did his big rant about it where he was so angry.
Why?
About the announcement.
Why can you be angry about something like that?
Now,
I don't know.
So he did his big angry rant, and then that night we recorded our episode, and I was like, it got me fired up because I was like, why are people so angry about this? Now,
why?
He did follow it up because he paid for it. He bought the guitar, he bought the Strat, and he demoed it. And a lot of his concerns, I will say, he was correct about. Like, there was a lot of things that, like, for a $600 guitar, maybe that's, a little lacking in features. What was the video
that you and I watched together? Who was it?
Now, we watched the Phil McKnight video.
Oh, yeah.
And I love his channel. He's local to us. He's in Arizona. We're in Arizona, you know, podcast. So, I always have for years watched his stuff. But he used to own a music store, for those that aren't familiar with Phil McKnight. If you're watching this channel, you know Phil McKnight.
Yeah, more likely.
But he always does the in-depth, guitar tech stuff. He goes through the specs. He takes it apart. He measures everything. He does his sock test where he puts like a pantyhose on his hand and up and down the neck to see if there's any rough fret edges. He does a full in-depth thing. But he hadn't done his yet. So all we did was we posted a video, which was an excerpt from last week's episode. Prior to even posting last week's episode, we posted that because we're like, we got to see what this is going to do.
Yeah.
And we were just saying, everything right now is speculation.
Yeah, it was a speculation.
No one had one yet. No one was doing a review yet. So all I said was like, let's wait and see. These might be better than what the internet's immediately just assuming is going to be crap. And we're still getting so many comments on this video. Like I said, it was our best performing.
We have received a lot of comments.
We have 236 comments, which for us, it's insane. We might get we might usually get 15 to 20 comments.
Yeah, at most.
As of today, 6,300 views, which our highest performing video before this, I think, was maybe 2,000.
Yeah.
And it's very few and far between. We're usually in the low hundreds.
Yeah. So that's not surprising.
Because we're an audio podcast that happens to have a YouTube channel. So we're trying to focus more on YouTube than we are on the other platforms, really. But so we don't have to go into the numbers. We're not bragging about this because we're a small, insignificant channel. But that one video helped us go from 200 followers or to subscribers to almost 300 now. So we'd appreciate everyone that tuned in and watched this. But some of these comments, there's one from 47 minutes ago, and this dude just goes on this huge rant about the Player series and how he was right that everyone was going to jump ship on the Made in Mexico Standard, and how the Player 2 wasn't. I don't even know what he's saying. He's just going on and on about. I don't know. He says
it doesn't
matter. He says it was an indictment to those who paid attention since '94. This was a gotcha. I kept reminding them all would come. Yes, that one time the best deal you could get was the American Standard, but now they are greedy. Buy one used. Millions are out there, I swear, from all the years, and are in fact superior quality in every single way to the bass. It was never close to comparable. That's broke MFers were just justifying buying the lesser guitars almost any time another offering has existed. It's a few hundred off to get who has time to read all that?
But now, seriously, no, I'm really glad that people is putting their
I'm glad that there's interactions, and I've tried to respond to as many productive conversations as possible. I've been trying to have good conversations with people in the comments, but it's hard to when every other comment is, it's just a Squire that says Fender. We get that. 100 other people commented that. Why don't you add something to the conversation? Like I said, any interaction we have with people is great. But, I'm
fine with people going on a rant.
What I don't
if you want to go on a rant, go on a rant.
I don't mind the rants because it's entertaining to me, too. I like hearing other people's opinions. What I don't like is the personal attacks against me in these comments where people are like, you're just gonna be buying a piece of crap. It's I never said I was. We were joking about buying it because you're always joking with me about buying guitars in general.
Equipment in general.
But I was never gonna buy one of these. I said I want to go down to the local music store and try one before I make an opinion.
But why do you see that as a personal attack?
Well, no, because
I don't see that as a personal attack.
Because people right here, this person says you're paying $200 for a headstock decal. That is stupid. Again. I never said I was buying it.
Okay.
This person says, lol, you're simping for this corpo crap. Boot-licking hipster ass. Ha ha. Now that's attacking me. I didn't even see that comment until just now.
I think that's fine.
And I don't care. I don't care because it's gotten us more exposure.
I think that's fine.
But like I said, the productive ones I've really been trying to get, whatever. But Philip McKnight did his video on the Telecaster.
That was a really good video.
It was a great video. I mean, he broke it down, and I think he's right. I think, the thing is, I'm not disagreeing with people. I think for $600, there are better guitars on the market.
Yeah.
You can get used Fenders that are higher quality for less money. My Stratocaster, I paid $300 for that a year and a half ago, and it's one of the best guitars I've ever owned.
Yeah.
All I did was drop in some
guitar,
I dropped in some better pickups, and it plays and sounds great. There's even cheaper guitars, like the classic vibe, you do get better features. But I'm not shitting all over this series because I think Fender has a reason why they did it. You know, like they're expecting these tariffs. And that's another thing I want to talk about is these tariffs went into effect as of today, February 1st. So now's probably the time if you want to make a last minute big purchase before things are completely unaffordable. Like maybe it's the time to do it. But no, I think the only reason Fender did this was because they have these tariffs coming in. They might have to shift things from Mexico to Indonesia indefinitely. We don't know yet. But this is them like putting their toes in the water and see what's going to work. And I think it was just an odd way to jump into that. Was like, hey, here's a more expensive guitar than the classic vibe and you get less features, essentially. So I don't want to jump any further into that, but like I do want to talk about the tariffs. I'm already seeing some pedal builders putting stuff out there that, like smaller builders, that they don't think they're going to make it. Yeah, I don't want to name names. I've seen like at least 3 in the last couple days. I did see something on Threads.
What? Where
I don't know who this guy was. I saw it pop up as a random thread. And I think I reshared it. He said, now again, I don't know what exactly they do, but he said his boss had just placed an order on Mouser, which is a supply company.
Okay.
He had just ordered a Mouser order, and the tariffs on it were $150.
Damn.
More than what they were ordering. On top of what they were ordering. And they said this is just what's to come, you know. And the tariffs are supposed to double after like a week or 2, I believe, was the original threat of the tariffs. So I don't know. Hate to see some of these smaller guys go away. Because they work hard. They work harder. They work harder than a lot of these big companies that have, you know, distribution of labor, where there's a couple engineers.
More easy.
There's engineers that design the pedals. Yeah. There's assembly people that put them together. There's shipping departments. Like, each person is not working nearly as hard as a 1-man, 2-man operation. Like, because, you know, the 1-man operations, they're up till midnight, 2 a.m. sometimes trying to fulfill orders.
They have a second job.
Yeah, the big companies, they're open, 9 to 5, and then they all clock out and go home and come back and start it up the next day. So it just sucks. It sucks to see how the impact of the new regulations, it's already hitting people. We went to the grocery store today and we could see some of those prices are already not what they were even a month ago. Which that's nobody's fault. I mean, like, there's the egg shortage and everything. That's not necessarily any one particular
shit happens.
We're not blaming anybody in this video because we're not political at this channel. But so it just sucks to see the impact it's already making on the guitar community.
Yeah.
Which everyone's been expecting this. There was that thing that we covered like 2 months ago during the holiday season when, Europe banned a lot of, first this was like 4 months ago, they banned we talked about this a few times, the cadmium, which is in a lot of photo cells, a lot of pedals use those. So right there that wiped out a lot of people's European distribution. And then there was the new regulations that they put in effect, I think around December. So now American companies have to go through a complete third party in Europe. They have to have established somebody to collect the shipments there and sign for them and, whatever, be like a guarantor there. So that's been a huge problem for a lot of smaller builders as well, because now they have zero European, or at least,
customer?
I don't know if it's European Union or if it's I don't know who exactly it all encompasses. I don't think it's all of Europe, but it's kind of screwed a lot of small businesses already.
I mean, how are they going to send things to Europe anymore? That's kind of difficult, though.
So I don't know, but those regulations happen, and now the tariffs on top of that. It's sad to see.
It's a lot going on, and we always support the small
businesses. Like, do what you can for them.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of small businesses, I put out my what's the deal with Fuzz video
Yeah.
Now, everyone knows who Fuzz is at this point, but this was my first chance to sit down with, because I used to have the Sender 3. So this was my first time to sit down with like an arrangement of his pedals and put together a video. I'm going to be putting together individual videos for each of the 4 pedals I got from him. So that's going to be cool. I'm pretty much booked up on videos for the next like 2-3 months. And I'm just always behind on trying to get them knocked out. I'm lucky if I can get one done every couple of weeks, but
yeah,
I want to get one done every week. So I've got 5 pedals more to cover. Actually, 6 pedals to cover. Well, 7 if we're cutting that one over there. So anyway, I got a handful of pedals. I want to go through a couple of my, unique guitars that are modified. So I'm well booked out on videos for a while, but if anybody wants to send me video, pedals do videos, I'll take them.
Now, you've been selling music equipment though.
Oh yeah, I have been selling. That is a story I want to tell as well.
Okay.
So where were we? I was gonna say Fuzzin because I just brought him up.
Yeah.
He's been doing some stuff to promote our channel as well.
That's been really nice.
And
thank you.
Banana Labs. We covered Banana Labs last week. Will.
Yep.
He got his channel back. He had just barely hit 19,000
really
right before he got hacked. And
yeah.
He shared the Fuzz Imp video that I did, and because he's a big Fuzz Imp fan as well. So that helped us out immensely.
I'm really glad that he was able to recover the channel.
I know, because he had already started a second.
Really glad.
He started a second one already, and it was like, oh, damn. But he posted a whole in-depth video, which it's worth watching.
What happened to him?
About what happened to him and how it happened, and how they were so sneaky about it that it seemed like a legitimate offer for like a sponsorship, and it looked like just like any other offer he gets. At that level when you start hitting those 20,000 followers or whatever, when you start getting like actual endorsements and stuff. We're not anywhere near there, but it's good to see if we eventually get to that point, like what to look out for.
We're lucky someone wants to buy us a deodorant, but that's
buy
fine.
us deodorant.
Yeah. Thank you.
So sign up for our Patreon. No, we don't have a Patreon yet.
We don't have a Patreon account.
You know what? Let us know in the comments if we start a Patreon. $5 a month. I don't know if that's too high.
But for what?
I don't know. We gotta figure out something to do. We gotta figure out something to do for you guys.
I know you're talking a lot of la. Get to talk about pedals.
I'm talking about pedals.
Like, what are the new releases this week?
Oh, do you want to know about some new releases?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're getting too sentimental. Stop it.
Well, I'm trying to get us to 49 minutes.
Oh my God, no.
Tuesday Experiments.
Okay. Ooh, I like the way those look.
Yeah. So they have some new stuff coming out.
Okay.
But it's a mystery right now. But look at these photos of it. I mean,
they look so beautiful.
As compared to like their previous.
What is that release? One? I was about to talk about that specific one that you're pointing.
It's the Sonic Drive Deluxe.
That one looks really nice. Yeah.
So I wonder. I actually wonder, because that might actually be. You know what? I think this new one might just be a reimagined version of the Sonic Drive Deluxe. Because look at the knob layout. Very similar. 2, 4, 5, 2, 4, 5, 2 foot switches. Yeah, it might just be a new version of the Sonic Drive Deluxe. Because he says,
okay.
Coming soon. That's the headline.
That's
coming
what
soon.
They say. Coming soon.
But he's got 3 separate posts about it.
Okay.
Nice futuristic looking enclosure there.
Nice.
It looks very clean.
And I'm all about design, but this one I like how clean it looks.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So they've got something good coming out. Doesn't say what it is, but it does say in the hashtags here, guitar, pedal board, pedals, fuzz pedal, and overdrive. So it makes me think it probably is a new version of Sonic Drive Deluxe.
Okay.
They were featured in the Chase Bliss mystery box.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they contributed some to that. So I think maybe the proceeds from that probably helped them work out some new enclosures or something.
Oh, that's nice.
So it's going to be cool. Look at the LEDs even looking like really nice. They're not like the bevel thing. It's like,
yeah,
I don't know. That looks really cool. So I have no information on that yet, but I saw it today.
It's coming soon.
Thought it looked cool.
Okay. What else do you have?
Triungulo Lab.
Okay.
So they do a lot of different stuff.
What are they from?
That I'm not sure of.
Triungulo?
Go to their website real quick.
Let me check online.
Triungulo Labs. Okay.
They look cool too.
Let's go to their About section. I've been following them on Instagram for a long time, but I don't really know much about them. What does that say? Italy.
Oh.
So they are pretty well known for doing clones of like John Frusciante style effects. So they do a clone of the wah pedal, the Ibanez wah pedal that John uses. So this is called the WHX.
So loud. That's nice.
Yeah. No, these things they only restock every so often because they always sell out like pretty quickly. Oh, the images. Oh, there you go. So it is a pretty faithful reproduction. A little bit different. I mean, it's modified for sure, but it's they claim to be the most accurate reproduction of the WH10 Ibanez wah. So it's been used by John Frusciante and a lot of the Red Hot Chili Peppers and solo stuff. And I always butcher his name. I've never properly said his name. But it looks like they have a couple colors on this on the original version, the version 1. So this is like their big pedal. So they do a few others that are clones of what he uses, like the Chorus Ensemble. They're one of like 5 companies that are doing the Chorus Ensemble. Oh, that was one for this week too.
Why?
The Behringer Chorus Ensemble came out. It was released. So we'll get to that one in a minute. But they announced they're going to do the version 2 of the WHX. So it looks pretty clean. Let me see if I can get back to it. Oh, I shouldn't have closed the tab. There's that. There's that right there. So version 2. No, I don't think there's a release date on it yet, but you know, it's something
to keep an eye on.
So Behringer, we'll look that one up real quick because that was, I think, an exciting one. They're back at it. First of the year, they hadn't like really put anything out, and then like every week since then, just like it was leading up all through the holidays, there was a new Behringer every week.
There was like a new one every week. That was really nice. Okay, and you know when is this one coming out?
No.
Oh.
No. Oh, this one says 79. Okay, I hadn't seen pricing on this. So every pedal in this lineup, all these vintage releases that they've been coming out with, have been 69. So it looks like this one's going to be 79, probably because it uses it. I'm assuming real Bucket Brigade technology, like chips. Yep, all analog BBD chips. So $79. Where this is the cheapest reproduction of that pedal you can get.
Okay.
So you have your on and off, like you would on the regular Chorus Ensemble. Switch to go from between chorus and vibrato. Now the chorus just has one knob that simultaneously controls the depth and the speed. So that might be something most people might be like, oh, I'll go with one of these alternative ones that are out there. Warm Audio has one. There's an internal switch to turn off the preamp, because this pedal, I don't know if you're aware, the Chorus Ensemble from Boss Roland, it was the chorus and preamp from the Jazz Chorus amplifier.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so this was the first chorus pedal.
Oh, nice.
So that's why a lot of people have been reproducing. Warm Audio did theirs last year. Behringer's been teasing this one for like 2-3 years now, like they do with everything else. But I don't know if that's going to be a point that people won't like, is that the chorus is just one knob, whereas the vibrato, you get separate rate and depth. It is stereo, so you get stereo outputs. For the preamp, you get a high and low switch and level control. It's got the peak level indicator light. But $79, I mean, you literally won't be able to find a pedal that does this at a cheaper price.
I think that's a good price, though.
And I think it looks good.
And I'm always complaining about prices, but I think this one is a good price.
You know, like the original Boss one, it has rounded edges. This one's, a rectangular enclosure. They didn't want to like get a specialty.
I like it though.
Whatever. But I don't know if this is folded aluminum or if it's like a regular pedal enclosure. It's hard to tell.
They're
like 3D renderings. It's not the real pedal. But I don't know. You know, a lot of people hate on Behringer. We've talked about this every time they put out a pedal. There's love and hate for, oh, they're doing this again. But at the same time, like, how are you going to get this pedal any cheaper? You can't buy a vintage one because they're hundreds to thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
The warm audio one, I think, is like $200. You know, those the boutique ones are really nice and they're probably more accurate sounding, but you're paying probably double, triple of what you're paying for this Behringer. So it's just a matter of like, you know, what you want to do. But that's really cool. This probably won't be available till like April or May, I imagine. Because the other ones, like, people are just barely getting like their Centaur overdrives.
Wait, no, it says pre-order May 29, 2025.
Oh, May 29. Okay, yeah. Damn. Yeah. Oh, I'm clicking on buy now. Oh.
You had to wait a little bit, but you're gonna get it. Anyway, what other things you have?
I think it's kind of goofy.
What is it?
I'll play a quick
more
clip
goofy than the what's a Ryan thing?
What? What's goofy?
God, the mannequin.
Oh, the 60 cycle hum Brian the mannequin. Dude,
oh my gosh, I was thinking the mannequin name was Ryan. I don't know why.
That mannequin was everywhere at NAMM.
Dude, what's up with that mannequin?
I saw
I don't know, that's scary.
Every single picture I saw from anybody at NAMM, like that mannequin was in the wheelchair somewhere.
What's up with that?
I don't know. I think it's hilarious. It's a great gimmick for them. Okay. It's great.
Okay.
You know, he actually got that mannequin in Phoenix. Somebody sent him a picture of it. It was at an antique store in town.
That looked like him.
Yeah, and him and his wife went out to Phoenix.
Yeah.
And I think they actually they had planned to meet up with Philip McKnight. I don't know if they ever ended up doing that. I don't know if he said that in his video about it, but have you seen the video where it's him walking around the beach with Brian in the wheelchair? Oh my god. So Circle Guitar.
Okay.
I remember seeing like prototype variations of this. I think it's the same company. Looks like the same thing, just different color. Like 4 years ago, but it's finally made it to NAMM. So I don't know if this is going to get picked up on the microphones. If it doesn't, you can look it up online. I'm just going to show Kat real quick.
Okay.
So this guitar, it has a wheel that spins and picks the strings on its own.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Go back again. It has a wheel that spins. I see that. Okay. I see it.
There's this wheel.
Okay. Yeah, I see it.
And it's some kind of device that as it spins, it plucks the strings for you. And now in this video, the guy is touching the bridge, and I think it controls the speed, like slows and stops it and shit.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
What the heck?
And there's like 1,000 knobs and switches on this thing. There's sliders.
Is it like a pedal then?
No, it's a guitar.
No, but like, okay, so you're pressing the strings.
Yeah.
And that circle is moving.
Yeah.
And he pressed the strings that you were pressing. Is that what you were saying?
He is just, with his left hand, he's fretting the chords.
Yeah.
The right hand is not doing any strumming, any plucking, although you could. If you turn the wheel off, you could easily just play it like a regular guitar.
Oh.
But what he's doing with his right hand is he's placing it on the bridge, and I can't tell exactly what that does in this video. He is explaining it, but we're not going to put this video on through the whole. I don't know whose video this is. But as he touches down on the bridge, it seems to change the speed of the wheel spinning. Oh. Now, there are sliders, so I think you can set like a pattern too. So if you want to have it hit certain strings at certain times, it's insane. There's a bunch of switches and knobs on this thing. I don't foresee this becoming, and I don't want to hate on anybody's product, but I don't foresee this becoming like a big household product here for everyday guitarists.
I will use it.
I see a lot of like the social media guitarists probably using this. Like Rob Scallon will probably pick one of these up.
I will use it.
Yeah. See, that's another thing too.
That's like my type of product.
Because you have a hard time coordinating the left and right hands.
I do.
So if you only have to focus on getting the fingering right, then
I mean, I can only focus on one thing at a time. So if the guitar is going to help me with the other him, then dude, that's for me.
You know, there was another guitar. I didn't have this written down in my notes, but there's another guitar from NAMM.
Okay.
That, hate to go back to the Fender Standard series.
Oh my god.
But we didn't cover any of the Acoustasonics for it.
What guitar are you going to talk about now?
So these aren't available till like April or something.
Okay.
So this was part of that Standard line that we missed last week.
Okay, the Fender. Okay. $5.99.
$5.99. They got the Telecaster and the Jazzmaster.
What? We didn't talk about that?
No.
Okay.
So they're the Acoustasonic series. These have not been like a huge hit in the regular lineup.
Why?
So I think them trying to make them at a lower price point
that might help.
Might help for their sales. I actually think these would probably outperform the Strat and the Telecaster in that series.
How much is this one usually though?
Like $1,200.
Oh,
for like the Mexican made one, it's like $1,200. If you want the American made one,
wow.
You're looking at I think like $2,000 or something. But those ones have DSP technology that you can have a bunch of different acoustic and electric sounds built into it. This one just has a volume knob and a blend knob. And the blend knob takes you between which of the two pickups you're using. If you're using the humbucker or if you're using like the under saddle piezo pickup. So literally you're just going from if you want it all the way electric, all the way acoustic, or somewhere in between. Those are really your only sounds you can get out of it.
That's why it's so cheap.
Yeah, but also it's one of these Indonesian made ones that, again, I don't think there's anything wrong with the quality of Indonesian guitars whatsoever. But I just think because they don't perform well to begin with, maybe this will have people wanting to give them a chance. I don't know.
I don't know. I do like the Fender Acoustasonic player with Jazzmaster.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, see the player series?
That one is $2,000. No, $1,200.
I don't remember how much the American. Oh, the American is $2,000. So you could see why people probably don't like those. Rhett Scholl has done countless podcast episodes, videos where he absolutely hates these guitars.
Really?
Which he also has, I think, like 500,000 followers, if not more than that, maybe close to 1 million. So if he says it sucks, obviously people are gonna be like, "Oh,
it sucks."
If he says it, which is unfortunately for some companies, that's probably a bad thing to have an influencer shit on your product. But he's honest about it.
That's good, though.
But then
I mean, you don't want to lie to people.
No, but also it's like going back to what I said. I hate to go back to it, but like I think everyone should have formed their own opinion. Don't let influencers tell you what to do. Although that is their job to try to sell you on products. But also it's their job to tell you when to stay away from shitty products.
Yeah, because you're not going to spend this amount of money on something that it's not worth it.
But there are like guitar YouTubers that you can tell, certain ones, that they take every job that they're offered and they only say good things about every single product, even if they probably think it sucks. Because they're just trying to get that paycheck. I don't usually watch any of them, but because you can tell which ones those are. Now, moving on.
Move on, please.
Brown. I think we might have covered this one when it was first announced.
I don't know. I don't think we talk about Brown.
The name is so bizarre on this. The name is so bizarre that I thought we talked about this, but I guess they finally made their big release.
I cannot even pronounce that name.
I don't know. I've been seeing more people talk about it lately, so I don't know if it was just officially released. I don't know if we talked about it when it was like a pre-order.
What's the name?
It's the SSHAC, which stands for Sky Snake Hawk Attack Chorus.
That's a long name.
Mm-hmm. So it's a chorus and vibrato pedal.
Okay.
Actually, it might just be a chorus. I thought I had vibrato on this thing too. You got blend, depth, and speed controls. That's just a chorus. Full analog bucket brigade chorus. It's stereo. You have stereo outputs on this thing. Yeah.
I was just reading when it say like when running to the name of the pedal in mono, use the wet output only. Why?
Where does it say?
Towards the bottom.
Towards the bottom. When running in mono, use the wet output.
Why?
Only. I don't know, because in a lot of these old ones, like old stereo chorus, sometimes you had like a trick that you could do where you could plug into just the wet output if you're doing mono, and that would actually give you, or the dry only in mono, and that would sometimes give you just the vibrato sound. That was like a poor man's way of like working a vibrato. Like even my jazz chorus amp back there, it's the JC22. If you plug into instead of using the regular mono, if you plug into the right instead of the left, and turn on the chorus, you get vibrato out of it, but you get a significant volume drop. So it's like old school tricks people would do to get vibrato, but I don't know, because it says that this pedal can do slow, lush, ballad-inducing chorus to Leslie-esque rotary tones, all the way up to pure and warm but beautiful vibrato. So I don't know. I thought maybe we had already covered this, but I'm not really sure if we did. I don't know if this is brand new or if this came out months ago, but it's a cool looking pedal. $199.
It's plain.
Yeah, all their pedals kind of look like this. They're that like kind of hammered metal and texture. And then that metal plate. So
okay.
$199.
What else do you have?
The Bixonic. I've never heard of this company. It says they're teasing their 2 new prototypes in NAMM. Okay. There's one that is an Ottawa called the Sugar Blues, and the other one is called the Eccentrics 2 Clean/Drive. So, I don't know. These pedals look the way that experimental pedals looked like 20 years ago.
I don't know.
They're like almost shaped like guitar picks.
I don't like it.
They're almost shaped like guitar picks. I don't know. I mean, the thing that makes it stand out from being a pedal from like 2006 is it has like these little buttons right here that look like preset buttons or something. And it looks like the knobs have lights that indicate like around the outside. There's like little dots that light up as you turn it up instead of having notches on the knobs themselves. It just has, I don't know what these are.
Okay.
So I don't know. It looks like they've previously done like an Ex Bandora clone, and they do DSP stuff now. I don't know. I mean, I guess they debut these at NAMM.
I don't have an opinion.
All it says is these are currently prototypes. The Eccentrics 2 does it's a multi-drive, so it does clean and push sounds. You can switch it over to crunch/overdrive, full-on distortion, and then something called forbidden fuzz.
Okay.
Then there's a 3-band EQ, so there's hidden functions where the knobs have secondary controls. The Ottawa, Sugar Blues makes me think it's an overdrive. It doesn't make me think that it's an Ottawa. You have attack, decay, linger, sustain, tone, and mix. So I don't know. What do you think about that one?
I don't have an opinion because I don't know if I like the way it looks or not.
It just doesn't.
I never heard of them. I don't know.
It doesn't look like it would fit very well on
the pedal board?
On a pedal board.
I don't know. I never heard of them. They probably are really popular. I don't know. So now I will just judge on the way it look, and I don't know if I like it or not.
Well, look at that. There's like
I don't know if I like it or not.
There's an expression control jack that's like at a weird angle too.
It is
on the left side of the pedal.
How do you put that in a pedal board?
I don't know. I mean, obviously, like you could put it next to other pedals that are like on the left and right, but like that control, getting a cable right there, that seems a little tricky.
Will it have to be the first one on the lineup?
Not necessarily, but your Ottawa would probably be that position anyway. So I don't know.
I don't know. I will have to learn more about them before I have an opinion.
Now, I don't remember if I covered this one the week that you were out sick, or if we talked about this maybe the week before.
I don't recall this guy.
So Mono Neon, he's a bass player.
Okay.
Now, the whole story that I've heard is that...
It looks like Cheetos.
Yeah, it's a very bright color. Well, his signature bass looks like this and stuff, too.
Like a Cheeto?
Yeah, it does look like the bag for Cheetos.
Yeah, it does.
Bright orange and yellow. I mean, it's neon.
Okay.
So the story that I've heard is that he got his first whammy pedal from Prince.
Oh.
He was in the studio with Prince, and he gave it to him, and like he's used the whammy religiously ever since. And on all the songs that he plays on, you can usually tell when he's using it. So I don't remember if we talked about this prior to NAMM. I know it's been covered on this show, but I don't remember at which point. So they teased that there was going to be a new pedal at NAMM. And by this point, there was already a photo out of him with his foot on like a yellow pedal that looked very close to the whammy. So it was easy to put the clues together. Like, okay, he's going to do his signature whammy of some kind. So I just thought it was going to be a special edition colorway, which I thought, oh, that's going to be lame, But no, there's new features on this thing.
What are the features?
So there is something called hypersonic mode. So it says, send your tone soaring with the hypersonic 3-octave pitch rise. So when you click that mode on, usually on a whammy pedal, you can go 2 octaves up, 2 octaves down. This thing takes you 3. So you're going to get frequencies that humans can't even hear. The dogs will be going crazy. New octave or blend modes. So it says, create never before seen sonic textures with the new octave or blend modes. So I did hear a couple clips of this from NAMM.
How did it sound, though?
I think it sounds better than that new hammer-on pedal that they put out that we covered last week.
That one I didn't like it.
I think if you're going to get a whammy pedal, I mean, just stick with one of the main. I don't know. I see the uses for that for certain people.
I'm gonna be honest. The hammer pedal, that's the ugliest thing I ever seen.
No.
This one is not better because it looks like the Cheeto bag. Like they literally just copy paste the Cheeto bag and put the whatever on.
Yeah.
But compare between the two, this one looks better. I give that to you.
So you get some new octave modes.
Okay.
It is MIDI capable. So if you're in the studio, you're MIDI there. So you can do dry with 1 or 2 octaves up. You can do dry mixed in with octave down or 2 octaves down. Dry with 2 octaves down to 1 octave down. Same harmony settings. You get a neon green light. Okay. I don't know. It seems more interesting than their last couple of pedals to me. That's not something I'm gonna buy.
I like that it says glows under black light.
Yeah, you gotta have it glow under a black light. Now, real quick.
But it's like, are you a kid? Like, do you really need it to glow? No, not really.
So
what?
While we're on this subject, because you said that the hammer-on pedal that they made,
I think that one is the ugliest.
I think Digitech has made the ugliest pedal ever, but it's not that.
What pedal is it? I mean, again, compared with this one that we just talked about.
Yeah. Oh, you're in for a treat on this one. I think this is an amazing sounding pedal.
Ventura Vibe?
The Ventura Vibe. I think it sounds amazing.
You think that's ugly?
I think this is such an ugly pedal. It's got like a Las Vegas circus style vibe to it.
No.
You got the playing cards. You've got a jester's face. And it's a great rotary pedal. I just think it's so ugly.
Why?
I don't know.
Actually, I don't think it is.
Like, I wish they would reissue this pedal because it does sound great, and I would totally love it if I just didn't hate the way it looks. And I know it's wrong. And I don't want to hate on any pedals. And I've said it before.
No.
Digitech.
You had to give your opinion on it.
My very first pedal ever, I've said it a few times on here, was a Digitech Death Metal, the reissue from the early to mid 2000s. Got mine in 2008. It worked for me for about 6 or 7 months before it just completely died. I don't know if I plugged in the wrong adapter or what. It just stopped working. So I do have a lot of love for DoD and Digitech, but I think whoever does their graphic design, I don't know. I just don't agree with it. But on this one, I think we should probably just wrap it up.
Okay.
Yeah. Same usual stuff. If you like what you see, join in the conversation in the comments. Tell us, what your favorite new releases have been lately.
If you were on the toilet, just move your legs before you stand up. You can fall.
Yeah. If you're on the toilet watching this, yeah, definitely. You don't want to have
go do that.
Your legs fall asleep.
I don't know. I don't know. In the past,
it's never happened to me, but
do do you remember when I used to call you to help me stand up because I was too entertained watching YouTube videos?
Oh yeah,
and then...
you'd be gone for like an hour. I'm like, where is she? Where is she?
So yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, just we appreciate if you guys want to subscribe. We still see in the analytics that we get a lot of views from people that return, but they're not subscribed.
But that's fine. If you want to ramp on the comments, go ahead. Yeah. We're here.
Any engagement helps. Follow us on the Instagram and Threads, at least for now, until it seems like everyone's abandoning the those platforms. I don't know. I don't know. If we can't, connect with people on there, we'll find some way to connect with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to follow us on the other, subscribe to whatever your favorite podcast platform is. That helps us there too. Because it seems like we're back and forth between we do really well on one, and then we come back to YouTube, and then it bounces back and forth between where we're getting our who's watching and who's listening, pretty much. I personally prefer to watch video versions of podcasts when available. But, whatever. Let us know in the comments if we should do a Patreon.
I don't think
I don't know. I think it's still too early for us. Maybe when we get over 1,000 subscribers, maybe.
But thank you so much for watching.
Yeah. We'll catch you next time.
Bye.